Hey there, I'm Nate, and welcome to my channel. All right, hey, today I have another review for you. I promised you, and I keep my promises. All right, in the last review from Dressel Designs, I'd be reviewing another yo-yo that Patrick is releasing. Now this time, it's a collaboration between him and Damian Puckett. It's cool to see these two guys come together and create a really rad design here, very much a performance-focused yo-yo. I would even say a you know, just a performance killer, if that's a term that you can use. Man, is that PC? I don't know. Anyways, this is the Fusion. Let's get into it. All right. I'm gonna tell you this right away, like I love this color. Okay, this is like definitely in my wheelhouse of colors, right? That green, that OG or OD rather, that's not OG, OD green. And it's like, I don't know, it's a different shade than I've ever seen. And you got the black stainless steel ring. So the body of this is 7068 stainless steel rings. These have been anodized, of course, black. There's a number of like solid colorways. I haven't seen any other things other than solid. I don't know if I think all the colors have been released. I think this is the last one they talked about on their Instagram. I like the color, right? Even if the yo-yo was garbage, which it's not, by the way. I like the color a lot. So, you know, it's hard to not be biased whenever you see something that kind of has a visual appeal right away, right? I think a lot of us probably buy yo-yos based on a visual appeal. I've bought yo-yos that look really good, and I've never played them, and then I get them and I'm like, it's okay, right? It doesn't always necessarily match the looks. It's the book cover situation, right? They're saying it's a W shape, a wedge shape. I can see that, certainly. Like, my initial thought, though, was like an H shape, but I can certainly see where it's not your traditional H shape. I would say it's a fusion of shapes, maybe? I don't know. All right, but I think the name really probably comes from the two guys working together and collaborating together to make this yo-yo design. But H shape and W shape, as we see here, are much more comfortable. So you have your flatter rims here. So on a catch, it's going to hit really nice and kind of flat in the hand here, right? And so it's going to be really comfortable. Now that we have it up close to the camera, you can see kind of the steps here that I'm talking about. We have a little, you know, we have two actually there, kind of just, you know, ever so smaller steps to kind of work our way towards the middle. And then we have a pull from the side there. So you're gonna have a lot less string drag, so it's gonna be great for those off the plane type of tricks, horizontal type tricks, and so on. It's definitely going to fulfill everything you want for that. And now that we have it flipped here, all right, we have a spike there, and the spike is sharp enough. It's not crazy sharp where it's gonna like actually puncture your finger, like I've seen on some yo-yos. It's really nice, but it's also long enough that you should be able to easily matador enough without, like, you know, the fat of your thumb or finger, you know, hitting the yo-yo itself and getting in the way. So that's going to be great for pull starts, matadoring, all that kind of stuff that you want to do with a spike. I like that. I appreciate that it's a usable spike. And then we just have a kind of ring around here, aesthetic there. And we have two kind of steps here as well to kind of match the outside step. And then the big thing here that I want to pay attention to is the stainless steel ring. A very unique design. I've never seen anything quite like it. It kind of steps in, and then it has just kind of a design ring around here just for aesthetic purposes. But it also kind of gives a nice kind of hook, IRG sort of hook there naturally. So I've actually not seen out there anything quite like this, not just the look of it, because it definitely gives a unique look right away to the actual cup design. But the other additional thing is that, you know, it gives that IRG. I don't know if I've seen that where the actual stainless steel ring or what have you, metal, gives you and aids into you an actual IRG, which, you know, I don't throw a lot of those kind of things, but it's nice to kind of have that. And so it's really unique there. I'd be curious what the weight actually is and how much because there seems to be a decent amount of stainless steel here. So again, it's interesting. So it's not pushing directly out to the rim. It's kind of pushing ever so, it's not mid-ring, right? But it's pushing it a little bit more. So you're certainly going to have still that stability, right? But it gives a little bit more unique feel where it's not just kind of just uber rim weighted. You give a little bit more, again, not center weight. That's certainly not there. But anyways, it's interesting. I think there's an aesthetic purpose to it, but there's also a performance focus to it. I'd be interested in see what a cutaway, or CAD on this would look like. But I really do like the design. Really nice and clean, really simple-ish, right? But Patrick, especially on a lot of his designs, and I've heard him say this, and I think in the interview that we talked about this a little bit too. There's so much saturation in yo-yos out there, right? Where you need a yo-yo that's going to give you just a little bit extra, right? That's going to stand out. And I think for this one, it's that rim, right? It's not crazy. It's not something like the whole yo-yo is so different, but it's something unique enough that it's going to stand out from other bimetals, because there's so many out there and more coming, right, every day. So anyways, that's going to do it for the in the hand section. Let's go actually play the Fusion, and let's get to that. All right, welcome back to the on the string section with the Fusion from Dressel Designs, and a collaboration between him and Damian Puckett. As I talked about in the hand, this yo-yo really hits off, and the expression that we oftentimes use, checks off all the boxes. And I know that's kind of corny, but it's true. It really does check off all the boxes as far as what you want for a performance yo-yo rather. And very, very competition focused. My backyard is very icy right now, and so I feel like I'm on a skating rink. Woo! So that's fun. Hopefully I don't kill myself. In addition, I have white string on white snow, so bear that in mind as I'm missing all my tricks. Okay, so it really does just kind of like right out of the gate, just first throw, you can tell it's gonna have power, it's gonna have stability, it's gonna have everything you want in a performance yo-yo. So it's certainly gonna be able to be pushed like a good performance yo-yo is. Like I would certainly compete with a yo-yo like in this caliber. I'm not gonna feel like, I don't know, that it doesn't lack something that I need, like that, just that extra push to give a little longer spin times and so on. I also talked a lot about how that stainless steel ring there is unique, right? And they're kind of boasting about that, but it's true. Like I haven't really seen anything quite like that. And it also creates kind of a built-in sort of IRG as well. So it's very easy to pop up and do thumb grinds and things like that, no problem. I also talked about in the hand how the spikes are just barely long enough to Matador, and they're sharp enough to do so. So we'll go ahead and try that here. All right, yeah, so no problem there. So you can kind of do a pull start, or you can do a finger spin like that and get into something like that. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love whenever spikes are long enough to actually be functional. I don't do a lot of those tricks, but it's nice to know that, if you have it, you can use it, right? It has a nice weight to it too. I'd be interested to see what it feel like a little bit lighter, kind of feel like a little bit more, more nimble feeling on the string. But 64-ish grams roughly there is a decent weight. It's not too heavy, but it gives you enough power that you're gonna have longer spin times as well. Gap is super easy to hit. I had to move aside there because there's a tree right there. So yeah, really nice, really good performance gap here. Tons of string wraps, and I don't feel like it's losing spin times or grabbing at all, and I still have quite a bit of power left in it, and the binds are super snappy. I honestly can't think of anything that I would say, hey, I would change on this, really. Not necessarily a change, but I would be curious to see what it felt like a little bit lighter, maybe like a gram or two. Other than that, but that would obviously change the feel of the yo-yo, right? Maybe that would compromise on spin times or so on. I kind of more just, what's your preference when it comes to a bimetal yo-yo? I like personally on the lighter side of bimetal yo-yos. This is still, it's not on the heavy side. 64-ish grams is not on the heavy side, but it certainly gets the job done. Again, I wouldn't complain with anything with this yo-yo. You can certainly push it. That trick there, by the way, if you've not seen the tutorial I have on that, you can go back a couple videos back and definitely check that out if you want to learn that or learn parts of it. So it's there. Scales is this weekend, so hopefully you're watching that as well. I have entered the 30 and over, and I have not done a contest of any kind, online or in person, for probably 10 years. So that was fun to kind of put together a freestyle. So man, even though it was a 1 minute, it was really nerve-wracking, and I didn't get it right, and I just had to kind of go with the take I had, because that's all I had time for. But it was fun to push myself to kind of put together tricks. Some were old, some were new. Nothing brand new though, just kind of putting together stuff that I was comfortable with. So, but yeah, it was fun. So if you've not had an opportunity to do something like that lately, definitely take an opportunity to do so. Scales, I really liked what they were doing this year, some of the rule changes and so on. So hopefully you're watching that this weekend and enjoy that as well. And so if you see me, give me a shout out, all right? Also I talked about Beglery, and it's February 2022, right? So I've been doing that as well. So if you're watching this channel and you're interested in Beglery as well, or you don't know much about that and you want some inspiration, I would definitely follow that hashtag. It's really fun, and it's given me a lot of inspiration, because I'm still in that intermediate sort of stage and learning and so on. But all right, back to the yo-yo here. Again, the Fusion, I really like it. It definitely hits all of those performance-focused features that you want. It's got the stability. It's got a great shape. Also, with a lot of performance yo-yos, it doesn't always have the most comfortable hand feel, right, on the catch. This has a really nice, comfortable hand feel with that that W wedge kind of shape. It's kind of a fusion, sort of like wedge, V, H, like it's a little bit of everything. Those flat rims really do hit really nice and flat in the hand, so really comfortable on the catch, really well rounded on the edges as well. So overall, I'm really pleased with this yo-yo. All right, that's the Fusion from Dressel Designs and Damian Puckett. So hope you enjoyed that, and go check them out. They'll be releasing here very soon. There was already a pre-release, so some of them are kind of out there already, but the 16th is whenever these will be releasing on Dressel Designs website. So definitely check them out. I'll have a link in the description to everything you need to know that I didn't cover in this video. And until the next one, later.
Wow.